The next thing I wanted to ask you about, Beth, is what are some things you're seeing work today for some of your clients in their centers, that some takeaways that the audience can take and put into their business, try today?
Yeah. One of the things I think is real helpful is to make sure that you're mindful about goal setting and establishing KPIs, key performance indicators, for everyone in the center. Because if everyone kind of knows the part they play, they can then contribute to the success. So I have one center I was just working with yesterday, and we were doing their quarterly. And one of the goals was, and it was a little one, but one of the goals is that they hold 10 birthday parties every single week. And the girl that was in charge of it, that had the key performance indicator, and she had her golden rock tied to, she was going to get bonused if they pull it off, had 130 parties. She enrolled other people in the center. So everybody in the center knew we got to have at least 10, and they made themselves a little thermometer. And so people understood and had clarity about it. And I think you can do simple little things like that. Even if it's, let's say you have a family on Sunday afternoons, run a contest at the desk and see who can sell the most family bowls and things like that. So I think a lot of times all we think about is what we can get done at the top, and then we're trying to do it all. And the teams that I see that are having most success is they're pushing that vision and that transparency of what the business needs and what it'll take to make it successful. They're pushing that down. The other thing I will tell you is having real specific goals around group and party sales. So here's what we know for us. Your total revenue, if 10% of it is parties and 10% of it's groups, it's going to be good for business. What I find in most bowling centers is they always know the percentage of league revenue to open play revenue, but they rarely know, I don't know how much groups are coming in. When we get to FECs and stuff, it gets more healthy when we see 15% parties, 15% revenue. And then some places we will see really superstar effort where they're 20% in either one of those categories. But we think if you can predict 30% of your revenue because you pre-sold it as a group or a party event, you're running a pretty healthy business. And I mean, reason is those people, from a marketing perspective, those people are going to, it might be like the first time they've ever come to your center, or the first time that they've returned in a long time. So those that are setting those kind of goals and shooting and going out and trying to make that business happen, those are the folks that are doing well.
Yeah, no, I love that, especially because, again, coming from the marketing side, the parties, if you can get that up, that is a function of marketing, because you have a party with one person, you got to bring 10 people, they're marketing for you. That's right. It's almost like the tech companies, they have the P value, whatever, is like the virality of it. So it's huge. Every party is bringing in 10 to 15 kids.
That's right. And then you take a group event and they might bring in, the average group event is 36. And so you start looking at that with companies and things like that. And that doesn't include the people who are doing buyouts, and there's 300 or 400 folks and stuff like that. You just, it'd be difficult to pay for that kind of market penetration. Right. Because all those folks are going to go out and they're going to use their social spaces and do selfies and
come back next week.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. They're paying you to market your center.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's key. And I do want to touch one on the one you were talking about, because I think that's something that especially some of the smaller proprietors could really benefit from, is the not doing it all yourself. There's a big almost pride in some of these guys that it's my center and I do it all and I work hard, and I'm sure they do. I think you can get a lot more done if it's not just one person.
I agree. I think just from my own perspective, one of the biggest things I've learned is that the more time I can spend duplicating my efforts with my team, the more we can do. And so I think that's a good lesson. I think that's a good lesson for any business owner. And while you may really be the face of that's great. And why not introduce somebody to go help you do that work? If two of you are booking events, that might be twice as many.
Right. Exactly.
Two times is good.
Right. Yeah. And even if I heard a great saying that 80% as good done by someone else is 100% freaking awesome.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Hey, did you like this video? Great. We make 10 of them a week. Subscribe to learn more and keep learning about what's working in the industry. Talk to you then.